Did you pay attention September 1st? What'd you feel? I felt a lot, but I think one of the things that I felt very potently was realizing that I'm going to have to look at sort of my escapism tendencies, right? And I noticed it in myself, and then I could see it in other people, you know, the people that are close to me, and we talk about like what's going on, right? It's escapism, and that's a very Pisces thing. We're going to have to, at least on some level, all of us address, get real with how it is that we escape when we feel uncomfortable. Right? And that can be anything. It can be as extreme as, you know, like full-fledged, like addictive chemical dependency, or it can be in a range of things. It could be McDonald's, it could be jerking off too much, watching too much porn, being a hoe excessively. It could be people, it could be places, it can be playing Minecraft for 15 hours. Like, the things that we escape to is a broad spectrum of things. Okay, and it's like in Saturn moving back into Pisces, I'm recognizing these things for myself, and I'm seeing it in other people. And I'm realizing I've learned this thing, okay? I've transitioned from, you know, chemical escapism. That was primarily my thing. I come from a long line of people who do that. And I've done a lot of work to remedy that, but I've realized that my escapism can transition to something completely different, like 15 hours in Minecraft. And that's more benign and more acceptable in that way, but so what I'm getting at here is that, like, we have these things that we escape to, and you can work on the things that you escape to. But in a lot of instances, I think that we just find something new to fill that space. And it's because what it is, right? The thing that we escape to is the Band-Aid on a wound. And you can work on the Band-Aid, but if you never work on the wound, right, you'll just change what you put on it. Does that make sense? So I think it's important, right? We're all going to have to look at our escapism tendencies. Remember that that is a symptom, that's not the cause. Okay? So try to figure out what the cause is and work on that. And don't ever let people point those things out to you and make you feel bad about them. Because listen, every single person on this earth has like an addiction, if you will, a thing that they escape to, right? Some are like society completely is like, that's terrible, and we don't talk about those. But then there's ones like Minecraft or whatever, right? That are more acceptable, right? Don't ever let anybody make you feel bad for yours, because everyone has it. And I often find that the people who are like first to point out, you know, the escapisms of others and like make them feel bad for it, they themselves just like are ravaged with those type of things, but lack the ability to look inward. And I've been that person, right? So, but don't be if you can. I don't know. You know. So think about it. What are your escapist tendencies? What is it a Band-Aid for? Don't let anybody beat you up for yours, right? That's it. My newest escapist thing is to argue with the trolls on YouTube. Something about me agitates angry men, and they just want to fight with me. And I love slamming some sarsaparillas and getting on there and talking shit. I did that for years, where I was like anonymous on YouTube, Reddit, Instagram, and I wasn't like a troller where I would say bad shit, but I just loved to comment. And yeah, this whole YouTube thing, it's like my own I generated that. And I feel like I need to shit talk in it. I don't know. But I'm having this realization that, okay, like, YouTube is not what I do. What I do is build a seed orchard. And the YouTube is just like me putting my experience out there, what I learned, right? I'm recognizing that the legacy that I leave for my boys is in that, creating the seed orchard and like letting this reflection go out, but then also not giving a shit about how people perceive that reflection outwards. My legacy isn't in arguing with the trolls on YouTube. That's not what it is, okay? And like spending all of that time and energy in doing so removes me from the things that I need to do. It's time to collect scion. Yeah. The seeds are done. Now it's time for scion. Had a little breather, time to get back at it, right? And I just don't have time for that. Right? But it's hard for me sometimes to make that break and let it go. Right? Because there's this piece of me that loves that. And anyways, again, like me escaping into that activity, what it is a band-aid on a wound that I have. And the wound is like doubting my power and like fearing the work. And I use procrastination as my band-aid, and it's come in many forms. It's been chemicals, it's been Minecraft, it's trolls on YouTube now. It varies. So anyways, thank you all for being here. I hope you have a wonderful